What's up, everyone? My name is Matthew Dale, and I'm here to help you play better, sound great, and understand more. And let's discuss harmonics today. In particular, the 4 levels of harmonics, from the very simple and brand new approach to some really expert techniques. Let's start off in level 1 with just producing the most basic harmonic we can on the guitar, which is going to be at the 12th fret. Now, the technique in particular is going to require a very light touch directly over the fret wire on whatever string you choose. I'm going to do the low E string right now. And plucking can actually be quite forceful or quite hard. You can actually play at a pretty high dynamic on the plucking side of things. But the first finger, or whatever finger you're using on the left hand, needs to have a very gentle touch and a very accurate touch over, like I said, over the fret wire. Now, if you want the harmonic to jump out a little bit more, switch to your bridge pickup. It's going to pick up that harmonic frequency a lot more. And I just went across all of those strings, E, A, D, G, B, and E, and then you can go back down for some added practice. With technique in mind, it might also be a good idea to try this with each finger, and so on and so forth. That's how you can get started into harmonics. Now, the harmonic that is produced is exactly 1 octave above what our open strings are. So this is an E note, A note, D, G, B, and E. It's the same note that's produced when we fret that string. But the timbre is a little bit different because rather than the string ringing just from this location, the harmonic is actually vibrating the whole string, but we're pressing down this harmonic node, which gives it that different timbre, that different sound. Now, this brings us into level 2, which is producing other notes aside from just our fundamental frequency. If we work this way along the guitar neck, so down in fret numbers, we get a number of other note possibilities. So if we look at the notes that are produced as we work our way down into some more strong nodes, we have E, B, E, G sharp, B, and then E again. That's a full major arpeggio, major triad arpeggio. Now, the fret locations that I played were fret 12, where we started, fret 7, fret 5, now fret 4 for the G sharp, fret 3 and then some. Fret 3 doesn't exactly ring out. I'm just a little bit ahead of fret 3. So it's almost like fret 3.5. And then fret 2.5, so right kind of on the dot of fret 3 to get that higher E note. Now, I mentioned this is a major triad. If we look at this in terms of numbers, we're playing the root, the 5th, root, the major 3rd, the 5th again, and then the root again. And we can go all along all of our strings doing this. And you can hear as the strings get thinner, it gets harder to produce these really high harmonics. It's kind of in there. So if I was playing harmonics around the 3rd and 4th frets, I'd probably keep those to the lower strings. The main ones that I like to focus on would be the root, 5th, root, and then the major 3rds of each string. So if we look at the notes going across, we have E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now at the 7th fret, where our 5th is ringing out, we have B, E, A, D, F sharp, and then B again. That is also exactly what notes are at the 7th fret. B, E, A, D, F sharp, and then B again. Same harmonics. B, E, A, D, F sharp, and then B again. It gets weird on the 5th fret. Instead of A, D, G, C, E, and then A, we go back to these string names. E note, A note, D note, G note, B note, and then E note again. But the 4th fret is back to the actual note names that we would be fretting there. G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B, D sharp, and then back to G sharp on the high E string. Now, arming ourselves with the knowledge of what notes we are producing when we play a harmonic gives us a couple of advantages. Here's a good example. We can actually play mostly a G major scale going down in harmonics. So that would be G, F sharp, E, D, B, A, G, E, D, B, A, and then I'm fretting a G down there to kind of finish it off. So it's part major scale, and then we're skipping over C. We can't produce a C naturally as harmonics, and then I'm going down major pentatonic. Level 3, it's not just open strings that get harmonics. We can fret any note and play a harmonic 12 frets above where that note is as well. Now, because we're using our left hand to fret rather than playing the harmonic, we need to kind of switch our technique up. Now, if you're using a flat pick, you're going to want to grip the pick with your thumb and second finger, and your first finger on the right hand is what I would say is going to be most comfortable to actually pluck this harmonic. So I'm playing a G note down here. 12 frets above G is the first dot above the 12th fret. So it's good that modern guitar designers have this in mind, where we have 2 spaces, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space, dot, 2 spaces, and then 12. And that pattern repeats. 12th fret, 2 spaces, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space. So you could think of it like, okay, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, and then the second group of 3, 5, 7, and 9. That's why these dots are arranged this way. So first dot above the 12th fret will give me my harmonic note. So what I'm doing now, I'm fretting this note on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and I'm using my first finger to do the light harmonic touch over the fret wire. And then I am playing that string with the pick behind it in this kind of unique way of playing. Now, I use my trusty Fred Kelly Bumblebee Jazz picks. I like these as a thumb pick. These are probably my main pick. And I use my first finger, and this time I just use the thumb independently behind the first finger to grab that harmonic note. Now, the cool thing with this technique is you don't even need to relegate it to just one note at a time. We can actually play chord shapes and then play up and down chord shapes, play harmonics that way as well. This could be any chord shape you imagine, so that's just a major bar chord shape. I could also do this really fancy major 9 chord. And we can also stack in level 2 with this as well, where here's my G. If I go 7 frets above the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm on the 10th fret. Now I can also get all the fifths of all those notes. And that's a D arpeggio that I played there. Stacked on top of one another, G with a D triad on top gives us a major 9 sound as well. Let's do the same thing with this already major 9 chord. And now if I play from here, this actually gives us a Lydian chord now. So I've got the sharp 11 in there. We can go even simpler. Just barring across actually gives us a minor 7 or a minor 11 chord. Now, the way to remember this second node where the 5th is produced is remembering the 5th of all of our chords. So the 5th of G, G, A, B, C, D, is D. So now I'm thinking about finding my D note. The 5th of A is E, so I'm looking for an E if I want to play that higher harmonic. Or Or I can go back to the fundamental if I want. You can really expand this. You can have a lot of fun with all of these concepts, including level 4, which is actually going to be introducing a fretted note into the mix. Now, this technique is often called harp harmonics because it sounds a lot like a harp. And this technique was kind of popularized by Chet Atkins, Lenny Breau, and you'll see Tommy Emmanuel doing this stuff all the time as well. So what I'm going to do now is actually use my third finger to pluck a fretted string, and I'm going to play some really interesting arpeggios that way. If I just bar on the 3rd fret, and here's all of our harmonics. Now, 3rd finger, I'm going to go E string, G, A, B, D, E. And then end on the G string. Now, the funny thing is, when I just bar that, that actually produces a G minor pentatonic scale, which is 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, and then 1, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, and then back to flat 3. You could also think of it as a B flat major pentatonic. When we use more advanced chord shapes, the same thing applies. We just trace the chord shape around. And then if we want to get more harmonics by going to the 5th of the chord, again, this is G major 9. Let's get the 5th involved, which is going to be my D position. And we've got a big plethora of harmonics we can do. I can also roll some open strings. To give this almost like a really big piano roll type effect. And you can have a ton of fun with all of these techniques, the 4 levels of harmonic playing. I hope you all found this fun and interesting. If you'd like a deeper dive into the depths of music theory, then check out my Essential Music Theory cheat sheet. It is available in the description box below. My name is Matthew Dale. Play better, sound great, and understand more, and I'll see you in the next video.